Okay, one question that I think maybe a lot of people are asking.
Oh man.
That we all want to know is, well, I just heard the story. That's what I want to know. Yeah. Are you a mufti?
Allahu Akbar.
Everybody's asking this question because I heard there's like a story behind it. I'm asking for the reasons because I want to hear the story more than this actual question.
طيب.
Where does this title, or is it a kunya? Where does it come from?
طيب. Well, this kunya, this nickname or laqab, whatever you want to call it, for one reason or another, has been the story of my life. Ever since, it's been the story of my life. You have people who love it, the name, the title, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who hate it, and it makes them sick to the stomach.
Yeah.
And then you have some people who actually want to know, where did you get the name from?
Yeah.
Where did you get the title from?
Yeah.
So I could tell you many stories about it, the term, the name, Mufti.
Yeah.
Things that you wouldn't believe if I told you, okay?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I've been interviewed many times about my life story, how I started seeking knowledge, was I born Muslim, am I a revert, how did I go to Medina, etc.
Yeah.
And alhamdulillah, I believe that I've shared this part of my life many times.
Yeah.
All right, so when I was younger, I used to work in a barbershop, and there was this, it was an older brother named Brother Hanif, right? And I used to look up to him. He knew a little bit of Arabic, alhamdulillah. He used to help people out. He was like an imam in the community, not the community where I was from. He was from 52nd Street.
Okay.
All right, and I'm from 61st Street. My local masjid is 60th Street.
Yeah.
So he used to come to the barbershop and he used to always talk. And I used to love when he talked. He would talk about Islam, he would talk about this one, he would talk about that one. So he would talk about different brothers that went overseas and studied. This brother, he went to Morocco, he went to Saudi, he went to Yemen. This guy's smart, this guy's this. He finished the Alim program, but he has this problem. He's Ash'ari, he's Salafi, blah, 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 blah. This is what he would say in the barbershop. And I would always be listening. And I would ask him certain questions about learning Arabic, what to do. And he saw that I was inquisitive. He saw that Allah had blessed me with some type of intelligence. I was articulate. I was trying to do the right thing, and I was trying to use my natural talents to seek knowledge. So he said, inshallah, don't worry. He said, if you keep doing what you're doing, he says, you'll be a mufti before 40. He says, before 40 years old, you'll be a mufti. All right, cool. So that had an effect on me. So now, let's leave that now. So I started studying more Arabic. I started learning more, memorizing more. I met Brother Musa from Medina University. I started hanging out with them, and we started, we were hardcore, reading and studying. It was serious. It was before I even graduated school. I had my mindset on going overseas after I met, Brother Musa.
Yeah.
So one day there was a speaker who came from the Middle East. I won't mention his name because I benefited from him. I'm not gonna mention his name. He came to the Middle East, and he gave some talks. And one of the talks that he gave is that any masjid that's not Salafi, if it's a Hizbi masjid, then it is Masjid Dirar. All of the masajid in America, which are not upon the dawah, Masjid Dirar, Masajid Dirar.
Did they ask you to put on fire as well?
Nah, don't go that far.
Yeah.
He said that you can't pray in those masjids. And if you pray in those masjids, sahat salatuk mal itham. Your prayer is valid, but you're sinful for praying in the masjid of Dirar.
At least he said it's valid, subhanAllah.
So we abandoned all those masjids.
Yeah.
We stopped going to this masjid, we stopped going to that masjid, we established our own, or we pray wherever we could. So one day, it was a long time, went by, many months, I haven't seen Brother Hanif. So he saw me on a corner, I think it was 47th and Walnut, right across the street from my high school. And up the street, maybe on 48th or 49th and Walnut, were the brothers, and I was going to meet with them. So he pulled up, he said, Assalamu alaikum. So I was like, wa alaikum salam. So he's like, come here, you're not going to give me a handshake? So I still had love for him, but all that stuff was placed into my heart, Masjid Dirar Ahlul Bidah. It was hardcore, gung-ho. So he's like, come here, young mufti. He said, you're not going to speak to me, young mufti? He said, young mufti, you can't give me salams? So I walked over, I gave him salams. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, nothing's wrong, Sheikh. And then he left. So I went, I seen Brother Musa, Muhammad Nubi, the crew. All right, and I saw Brother Fulan. He said, oh yeah, what are you talking about? I said, he called me Young Mufti. It's like, Young Mufti? It's like, yeah. It's like, oh man, Young Mufti, that sounds nice. So they went from Young Mufti and says what? Mufti. So they gave me the name based off of what he said, and ever since then, it stuck with me. And everybody that I met and encountered, they just say, Mufti, 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 Mufti. All my family, everyone, they stopped calling me Muhammad, they started calling me what?
Yeah.
Mufti. So as time went on, the more jealousy that I encountered from my peers, I started to notice that people were starting having a problem with it. And they started making jokes about it. And they started asking questions about it. All right? But all of the people that were around in general, you know, they call me Mufti. So I had brothers approach me about it. Is your name Mufti? Are you Al Mufti? Is it Alif with a lamb? Or is it just Mufti? So I told one brother, I said, no, it's just without the Alif. He said, okay, alhamdulillah. You're not Al Mufti. No problem. You're Jews.
Yeah.
And also I had even teachers joke about it in the Islamic University of Medina. I think it was in my 3rd year at school. We had a fiqh teacher. He was the son of a popular sheikh in Medina, Sheikh Abdul Wahab Aqil. All right? So his son was our fiqh teacher. So one day, he's in the classroom, and he's just, you know, talking to the students, asking where they're from, what country are you from, so on and so forth. So he's like, Naam, ya Amriki, right? Muhammad Hamid, that's my name on paper.
Yeah.
So he said, where you from? Sheikh Muhammad Hamid. I said, I'm from Philadelphia. He said, Philadelphia? I said, yeah. He said, أنت الذي يقول الناس مفتي. He says, you're the Mufti of Philadelphia. I'm like, what are you talking about, Sheikh? He says, Naam, I've heard about you. They call you Mufti. So I'm in the classroom, so I'm like trying to deny it. Because you know, all my classmates, they're going, you know, they're going to roast me. So they're like, what? You're Mufti of America? You're Mufti of Philadelphia? He says, Naam, this is the Mufti of America. So they all started getting on me, man. And then they started calling, you know, Mufti, making a joke, but it was like, you know, big deal. So another time it was a sheikh that was coming for, I was translating at the time, and a brother, I won't mention his name, he was joking around with me. He said, Mufti, he says, I'm going to tell the sheikh that your name is Mufti. I'm going to refute you right now. And I said, la. He said, I'm going to tell him. So the sheikh came, he said, Naam, ya sheikh, this is Mufti of America. This is Mufti. They call him Mufti, right? So he said, Tayyib, no problem. Why can't he be a Mufti? He quotes the ulama and he gives you the fatwa. So be it. Let him be a Mufti. So as the years went on, and I developed and I changed, and many different people I've removed myself from, which is known. And Allah Azza wa Jal blessed me. I consider it as a blessing that I've removed myself from many negative, toxic people and misunderstandings of the Sunnah and the way of the Salaf. So as friends became foes, or as we say, best friends become what? Become strangers. Brothers, they stopped calling me Mufti. And they'll say, Muhammad ibn Munir. Like, you know, you've been demoted. You no longer have that honorific name. You're now just Muhammad. Even though we called you Mufti for 15 years, but now you're just Muhammad. And the one that some people call Mufti. So you just see the immaturity of the people. And I'm sorry, forgive me if I want to say something wrong, but just the stupidity of the people. If you call someone a name for 15 years, they're no longer your friend. They're no longer walking your path. Why does their name magically change? In which you say, yo, Muf, like a friendly name. Now it's just Ibn Munir. So, I mean, you just see a lot of stupidity, a lot of immaturity of people. But the point is, that's how I got the name. That's where it came from. And nowadays, some people look at it as a nickname. Some people look at it as a first name. And some people look at it as an actual title. Okay, we were in Malaysia, and we visited Dr. Zakir Naik in his apartment. And when he came out and he met us, he says, who's Mufti Ibn Munir? He didn't know who I was. It's like, it's him right there. He said, you're Mufti? He said, I thought you were from Pakistan or India with the name Mufti.
They call themselves that.
Right, no one uses that name from the United States. Sheikh, Ustad, brother, but Mufti is like, you have to be Pakistani to have that name. So it's always been a point of interest for many people. And the reason why I'm telling the story is because you asked me. And everyone always asks, where'd you get the name from? But the moral of the story is, and Allah knows best, the moral of the story is that it was inspirational to me. You see what I'm saying to you? And it's deep that he said that, me being 34 now. You see what I'm saying to you? And I don't consider myself no mufti or no scholar or anything. I'm just a student of knowledge, a beginner. Honestly. We're just in the beginning of the beginning. You see what I'm saying to you? Seeking knowledge and teaching. But we do try. We try to learn and we try to propagate the knowledge. So the point is that it was inspiration. And I looked up to that brother. And it's deep that he said that and he saw the potential and the talent in me. And that was Allah Alam 20-something years ago. Even more than that. I was young, maybe like 16 or 15 at the time. You see what I'm saying?
If I do my maths right, 15, 16, 20 years ago, so you're about 34.
4.
You're 34?
34. Going on 35 in July, inshallah. Bi-idhnillah. So that's the moral of the story is that older brothers, they should have the ability to spot talent and potential, and they should encourage the youth. And wallahi, I was affected by that. And I aspired to be what Allah would decree for me to be.